Secret lovers, yeah, that's what we are. We try so hard to hide the way we feel. Sorry, but we both belong to someone else, and we can't let go, 'cause what I feel is also real. Okay, sorry. So real. Okay, Secret Lover of Erika Kirk here, buddy. Buddy boy. Hi, people. I'm Sunday. I'm going to tell you just a few reasons why I I'm going to just say it, I love her. I was going to say I think I love her, but I'm pretty sure it's true. You know, although the real secret lovers in this situation are her and JD Eyeliner Vance. But anyway, yeah, let's go over a few reasons. Now, for the record, I know that her husband was openly a racist. I know that he was sexist. I know that he was a grifter, going from college to college, debating young people with canned responses. And I don't even think he finished community college. Okay. Talking about, I think one of the things he said before was something about he'd get nervous if he saw a black woman, piloting his flight. And it's like, I would feel the same way about you. This guy has a really big head, okay? And you see where my nose is? You see it's in the center of my face? Yes. That's where all of his features are. Like somehow it looked like his face was like a drain that was swallowing his features, his eyes, his nose, his lips, all encapsulated in this tiny little circle on his face. A big old head though, but like all his features were like practically touching. So not the most handsome person, but you were married to him and he was sexist and racist. What for money, right? Grifting his way along. Y'all are a bunch of grifters. He had an awful condescending way of speaking to people when it was time to debate. You know, you can debate with somebody and, you know, not shrink them, right? I feel like you can, you know, it's not a rap battle. It's not a rap battle. It's not a dance battle. Okay, like, I like when people are able to debate, like a Mehdi Hassan. I like watching his debates, but he will also make you feel small. Like maybe it is a part of debating, is making the other person feel small. But in a very disrespectful, condescending way, I feel like, of doing it, especially knowing he has like a canned response to like whatever they're going to be debating, you know, on the college campuses with the young folks there. Not doubting their intelligence. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's a little bit different when you have a script memorized with all the answers, you know. So, yeah, I know this about her husband. I know that, you know, in order to be married to somebody like that, you're going to be sharing some of their ideals, perhaps. So I know that. Um, I know that they're on a tip of that weird Christian train where, you know, they do speak about God in an honoring way, but then they're like hateful and mean. You know what I mean? Like even the thing he said about the black woman piloting the plane. Oh, by the way, to piggyback off of that, I wouldn't want to get on the plane if I was flying it. We'll just throw that one out there. But I obviously would know my stuff, right? If it was that was my job. This is just so rude. It's so disrespectful. Okay. So 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 nasty and so rude. Okay. Um so that's the type of man her husband was. I know that the rhetoric that they're spilling right now, it seems dangerous, you know, to, you know, try and put a veneer in front of all these ugly themes in politics that you guys are pushing along, you know, racism and again sexism. Those are the two that come to mind, as well as like this weird nationalism. Um, you know, it doesn't look good. Okay, so I know that she's a part of all those things. I feel like she could, possibly be the Antichrist. and and through a Christian road, she's bringing in these new followers, and she's going to be our, new demonic, dangerous leader. Okay, so I didn't know that about her. These are just some things that I love about her that are like sticking out to me personally. Okay, so I know that she's a demon, got it, but there's other things I like about said demon. Okay. Oh my god, I can't believe I said that. I want to undo those words actually. Now I'm terrified. I undo those words. I undo them. Okay. Surround me with angels and the love and light of my ancestors. Okay, now I feel good. Amen. Almonds. Do you have any almonds? Okay. The Almond Brothers. Do you have any Almond Brothers? Okay. So, for starters, I love her look. Let's just get into the look. Let's get into the pantsuits of it all. Okay. Now, let's talk about the face first. We're going to start in this area. We're going to work our way down. Face is giving. She likes to wear a lot of makeup. I like to wear a lot of makeup. Okay. So I like it. I like where this is going. Now, she wears more makeup than me. Okay. I do wear makeup though. But do I like what I'm seeing? I like it. Okay. I like the eyeliner. I like the lashes. I like that she looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid and, a mother freaking Bratz doll had a baby. Okay. And she's the baby, which is interesting because the Cabbage Patch doll is a baby, as well. So that's what gives her that like supple, garbage pail, but more like a Cabbage Patch look in the face, juicy, like a Barbie, a Barbie and a Cabbage Patch Kid had a baby. Now I think Bratz doll is more closer to what I'm trying to say. But the cheeks are juicy, the nose is nice and thin, the makeup is great. It's beautiful. Okay. She looks gorgeous on stage. I like the hair. I love the hair. I love that she probably has about 18 bundles in there. Like I can count the bundles. Okay. I can count the bundles. She's got 5 on each side. And then like 4 coming down in a waterfall towards the back. Yeah. And then, I feel like it's more like that one wig, it's called a fall, that goes like directly behind your hairline. I feel like she's giving me fall action a little bit, but I'm here for it. I'm enjoying it. Okay. So I love her look and the face. I love her hair. I love the long goddess, almost like a mermaid siren hair, right? It totally matches the grift. I like, she's not afraid to wear leather pants. The lady's hot, right? I like that. I like that about her. That's actually like one of my favorite things about her, is that she's not afraid to show who she is, okay? Through her clothing, through the white pantsuit, the glitter pantsuit. See, I've never worn a white suit. God, I'm such a trash person. How could I be this old and never have worn a white suit? Leave a comment if you if you've ever had to wear a white suit. Leave something in the comments. Okay, I feel like such a douchebag right now because I've never worn an all white suit, but it's coming. I feel like that time hasn't come yet, but it's coming. And then once it happens, I'll be like, okay, whatever. I haven't worn a all purple suit. I'll make the stallion, so then I'll have to do that. But anyway, yeah, that really. I want to wear one. I'm gonna get one. Okay, so she wore the glitter suit. Well, I don't know about the glitter suit. I'm still thinking about that one. But the white suit, the one suit with the red jacket and the white pants, yes, like she's giving. So the style is on point. Yes, I already mentioned her hair and that I love her look, blah, blah, blah. I'm going through my list. Barbie and Garbage Patch Kid had a baby. Okay, she's hot. Hair, rings. Let's talk about those rings. Now, I'm drawn to people that wear a ring on every finger. I don't know why. I just am. I love that she's one of the girls when it comes to that, that she's got a ring on every finger. I love it. So, I mean, of course, it's not showing her hidden wealth, quote unquote, bunny ears, right? Um, to be wearing a ring on every finger. Oh boy, it's just too much. Right now, I'm thinking of her crying or not crying or whatever the people are saying that she's doing. They're saying she's not crying. That she's doing the triangle with the tissue like Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac, but no tears are coming out. This is what the people are saying. But anyway, you're always crying, which is fine. You're a widow. If you know, you got to grieve the way you need to grieve. Which I want to talk about in a moment here. But and then you have like you're tearing up. She does tear up. I have seen the wells of her eyes tear up, but the tears just don't come down. And maybe she's trained herself because she is wearing a lot of makeup for those tears not to come down and ruin her makeup. I'm just saying that's a little food for thought, okay? But anyway, so she's crying a lot, and then she's got her triangle tissue to her eye, and you know, you're trying to look normal, but then you have on like, you know, $8 million worth of jewelry on your wrist and on your fingers. You have a ring on every finger. It's just interesting to me. But I like it. And like I said, I'm drawn to it. Look, I have a double ring on this hand. Usually I put this one on this one, and that's my zhuzh, is this. Of course, we got to show her off. And then on this hand, I could do like a little bit of that sometimes, like a little bit of whatever. But I like that she does, like, go for it, girl. Put a ring on every finger. Put a ring on it. ... on every finger, okay? That's what Beyonce should change the song to, okay? Now, grieving. No, I've had to grieve. Recently, I've had to grieve. Again, nobody can tell you how to grieve. But all of the fireworks, every time she shows up somewhere, I mean, she could be going to the opening of an envelope, and there are pyrotechnics, there are fireworks. Now, you guys could tone it down a little bit on fireworks. I'm just going to say that for the record. I will say this about Charlie Kirk, even though I'm not a fan. He didn't have, I don't remember him having that many fireworks at the Toilet People USA convention. I really don't. And to see so many fireworks, it's a lot. It is like a WWE show. So I like that you're combining your grieving with the pyrotechnics. Does that make sense? Like, I love it. Like, what a way to take your mind off your grieving and get your mind all into fireworks and pyrotechnics. Okay, I mentioned the crying and the tissues. Okay, I don't mind that no tears are coming out when you're crying. What I was going to say, though, that I noticed, which is like when you are appearing on a show, they already have the toilet paper ready. And that says a lot about your character. It's not like, Tony, can you get the toilet paper? Not the toilet paper. That's what I do in my house. I go get some toilet paper when I'm crying. But in other worlds, can you get her some tissue? Is what they would say. For her eyes, there no tears are coming out of. But they're welling. A tear might come out. But can you go get the tissue for that? You know, the Kleenex. There you go. So, you know. I've never been a person where people have to make sure that there's tissues. I became a crier later on in life, like in my teens. I realized I was a crier. Well, maybe that's like a long time because I am really old. But like, yeah, I'm a crier. I do. And I have allergies, so I'm snotting and sneezing sometimes. And on top of that, I'm a crier. Like something will hit me and I'll start crying. So awkward. I love it. So I like that. I like the crying. I like that their tissues are always available for you whenever you're doing an on-air performance. Loving it. Next thing. Okay. Oh, Charlie's face. Okay. So I mentioned before, like, how his entire face is like around where a typical person's nose is. Like his eyes, nose, lips, and all of that are like right where my nose is. Okay. I love that you can love a man like that. I think that says a lot about your character because you're a beautiful woman. You could do so much better than that. I'm surprised you didn't marry like a football player or something. Isn't that the dream, is to marry somebody that can get CTE. Um, just kidding, but not kidding, you know. But isn't that the dream, to marry somebody wealthy in America? That's part of the dream. It's part of my dream, especially like if he was faithful and then he was like not going to be home at all, and like we had our separate lives, secret love, but we were like married. We weren't secret lovers, you know. Um, yeah, that would be the shit for me. Um, I think I'd really enjoy that. Um, so like we get to enjoy each other when we want to enjoy each other, but like we're not like attached to each other, and I get to enjoy like the wealth, like, and by that I mean like I could go swimming in the middle of the day and maybe order you know, like a homemade Chinese chicken salad for lunch. Like, yeah, like to me that's what rich feels like. On top of having like a grand house or whatever, is like having access to the things I want very quickly. But somebody else doing it and then giving it to me. That's awful. Um, you know, but it's true. Okay. So, yeah, I'm sure it was for money, like marrying somebody with a face like that. But I just had a weird vision of the Cabbage Patch Kids. Now, he looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid too. But again, all of his features are like right around the nose area. Remember Xavier Roberts? He signatured those dolls on the butt. You ever think about that? You ever think about how like somebody had to sew those butts like that? Somebody's job to do, because remember they had those little bubble butts. Oh, God, childhood. Oof. I mean, I know there's worse things, but wow. I remember it's like the last one to get a goddamn Cabbage Patch doll. I was literally like having conversations with my like I'm doing right now by myself. Like, what the hell is wrong with my mom? Like, did I do something to her? Like, did I do something to you, ma'am? Why I gotta be last? But I did eventually get one of them. That's usually my family. Like, no, we got name brands. I don't even know why I'm saying that. But, and for me, I got all the dolls. But it just seemed like with that one, she was just really taking her time. Maybe she can find one that looked like me, because it was hard to find the black ones. And if you did find a black one, which is fine, find your black one. But if you found one, this is so good. You guys ever do this? Like, this is pomegranate juice with lime juice and some water. I just put it in the freezer and let it get all icy. And then I get into it. It's so good. But anyway, yeah, like the dolls. The dolls that was something that was weird, you know? But I do remember being very impatient sometimes with my mom when it was like I didn't get the stuff right away. But I was gonna like, there was a time in my life where I like really enjoyed going to the thrift store for stuff, but then COVID happened and now I'm really like, nah, I'm good. And then like I really, really, really took in the concept of like the smell of the thrift shop. Like that smell, every thrift shop smells like the same. Like gross. It smells gross in there, it never smells good. And that's like what we all smell like collectively. And that grosses me out. That grosses me out now. It used to not, but now it does. It's like going to Subway and you're like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll go to Subway today. And then it smells like vomit. And it like they all smell like vomit. They all smell like a cucumber vomited in there. Oh, I'm so grossed out. And then you're like, never mind, I'll starve. I'll just get a veggie delight. Girl, you can't eat there. Okay, moving on. Oh, I did like, okay, I loved how she high-fived Nicki Minaj at Toilet Paper USA. Toilet People USA, excuse me. Toilet People USA. I liked it. I think it's like a delicacy when like a white girl can high five you and it feels like real. Because sometimes it's like they don't even really do it, and then if they do it, it feels like, I don't know, like you dislocated your both your legs at the same time. Like, bleh, you just feel weird. Like, what was that? You know? Um, I like that. I like that image of them high fiving. I wonder if I can get that on a pillow. Remember when there were like all those like when Nicki Minaj and Miley Cyrus had that fake fight, and she was like, "What's good, Miley?" And I was like, you know what? Miley might be able to take you. That scrawny leg stick person body, she might be able to get with you. And then she's like, "Hey, Nikki, sometimes people, they don't agree, but they get through it. And now, coming up next." She was kind of scared, like she was about to get ass whooping. But I think she could have taken her. Maybe not. I don't know. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see all these celebrity matches happen. Well, not celebrity, but you know, the streamer people are fighting each other. Like, yeah. I want it. I want to see those two fight. They used to have a claymation television show on this channel called MTV, which stood for Music Television, and they would show music videos on said show or said channel. And one of the shows that they had when they started kind of getting out of music and not showing as many music videos was a television show called Celebrity Death Match. And then these claymation figures would like rip each other apart, and it'd be like, you know, Jay-Z against Joey Buttafuoco, and they would fight and they would rip each other's thumbs off, and anything that vaguely stood out on either celebrity, they would, you know, the other person that they were fighting with, the other celebrity would rip that to bits. Like, good thing those long arms are going to come in handy. I don't know what celebrity has long arms, but yeah, yeah, for sure. I definitely would like to see those two squabble. Okay, this is another reason I love her. I love anybody fighting with Candace Owens. Um, oh, she's so annoying to me. She has that personality of that other that black chick that was on and I'm saying black chick because it makes sense for the episode, but it was on It's Always Sunny. I always see that. It was on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Rita Hanks. This is the Judy episode, the Judy doll. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But Larry David, he has a condition, so he has to drink water. They're having a viewing at her house, and so they're going to go watch the movie. And then this chocolate American lady is like, she's like, "You can't bring any water in here." And he's like, "Wait, I have a condition." She's like, "Listen, I told you, buddy, no waters." So then he gets in there and he thinks she works there, but she's actually just sitting in the audience with him, and he gets pretty PO'd about it. And he starts making fun of her later in the car with Cheryl, and he's like, that lady was so annoying. He's like, she's like that girl in class that would be like, "Mr. Jenner, you forgot to assign us homework. Can we have our homework assigned?" "You forgot to assign us a chapters to read." Like such a tattletale. Freaking brown noser. But there's something about that in Candace's personality. There's something also about, you know, we get that she's, you know, this version of a wigga. But it just seems so like, I don't know, like she's performing. Like she doesn't even know who she is to even be a wigger. It's weird, but I just disapprove. And her hair is barely beginning to look good. Thank God. It can look any better or worse than this, but girl, that's how I know my hair is thirsty. I'm like, ooh, it looks like Candace Owens up in here. I need some moisture. but I like that they're beefing. It's this beautiful white girl fighting a beautiful black girl. Who favors a young Michael Jackson? Let's just be honest. We've never seen them in the same place at the same time. They could be the same person. Moving on. All right. So, next item. I like how she talks about God. I like how Erika Kirk talks about God. I do. I like how she's like, God knows your heart. The Lord loves you. You know, I like it. I love it. A lot of people that believe in God don't say things like that. Nobody says anything like that anymore. So I think I might actually genuinely love that. But it just doesn't come across as genuine either. Hence, that's why her and Candace Owens sparring, it's like, oh, it's like chef's kiss. Also, like, that she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. You know, I like how, like, Charlie Griff, Charlie Grift. I actually called him Charlie Grift. I had a Freudian slip about them. But actually, Charlie Kirk could, he wasn't to that place yet regularly, but he could go on the shows on the MSNBC, on the CNNs, on the Fox News, and he could spar with those people, debate wise back and forth. He could go on Pierce Morgan and all that. She can't, she's not talented in that way. She's talented in saying things like God knows your heart and making some killer memes, like the one of her hugging Donald Trump to the point that he's uncomfortable, with the fireworks and the pyrotechnics in the background at a toilet, People USA convention. No, it was at his homecoming. She has that meme. She has another meme of the one where she's wearing the leather pants and that whole JD Vance thing. Like people are saying that they might be trying to create a covenant, like Mimi said on Married to Medicine. Like, she doesn't have that. And that's what makes me think also that's why her and Candace are like fighting low-key. Because I think on some level, Candace thought she was going to take over the Toilet People USA folks in business. And then he passed away, and then his wife takes over, and she doesn't have the same energy or veracity that Candace has for the grift of being like, the Christian racist, sexist people. And her, let's add on to Candace's list, also some self-hatred happening there as well. But yeah, she can't answer those questions, when it comes to, gay marriage or, the racist pilot question that's related to DEI. She can't handle any of that. But she's doing it, and she's just kind of like figuring it out, will she evolve into a Caroline Leavitt at some point, or Janine Pirro? No, she won't. But she needs somebody to do that part. She really does. Because she can't spar like that. She can't answer those questions like that unless it's, her canned taglines about God knows your heart and God loves you and I love you and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? She has to stick to the rivers and the lakes that she's used to, which is, again, saying her canned responses and then giving us daytime soap opera looks and acting. It's acting! If I may quote the great John Lovitz. She's acting. She's totally acting. So those are the reasons that I love her. And it's just fascinating. She fascinates me on like a weird level like, what it, like, whenever I see her, I literally am like, wait, what's happening? What's about to happen? What's about to happen? I think that she's the whole show. She's the whole enchilada. And a part of us to get through this should be enjoying a little bit, a lot of it of Miss KKK Kirk over there. Okay. So with that being said, good night. And remember, it's okay to be a secret lover. Love ya. Bye.